Mr. Van Orden, 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Dr. Watson, what percentage of these folks are working from, wait, let me start this way. Who's answering the phone?
Thank you for the question. The crisis responders.
Yeah, who is that?
These are staff that are across the country.
Okay, and they are who? They're veterans, they're psychologists, they're nurse practitioners, they're...
Anyone who has a social science background could be a crisis responder. So they could be any of the above.
So a social scientist from Cleveland that has never spoken to a veteran in person could answer the phone and try to talk someone off a ledge, is that right? The answer is yes. Okay, what percentage of these social scientists are working from home?
Anyone who's on the crisis responder is working from home.
So 100% of your staff, the social scientists that are answering the phone that may or may not ever actually seen a veteran in person, 100% are working from home. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. How much do they get paid?
I don't have that information. You can take that for the record, though.
Yeah, let's do that. How many of the vets that call 988 go on to commit suicide?
I'll be happy to take that if that's
It is,
acceptable
Dr.
to you, sir. The veterans who contact the Veterans Crisis Line have a higher rate of suicide and risk of suicide. The good news, and
Whoa,
high rate.
Stop. So you're telling me a higher percentage of veterans that contact the Veteran Suicide Line and talk to a social scientist that's never seen a veteran in their life in person have a higher rate of suicide, is that correct?
Within 12 months of that call, yes, sir, that is correct. They have about 10 and a half times higher risk. However, I'll also note that in the last 2 years of available data, we have significantly reduced the suicide rate.
So, sir, if it's 10 and a half times higher rate of suicide for people to contact you as of 2 years ago, what was it 3 years ago?
3 years ago, it was 10 and a half times, sir.
And what is it now?
There's been a 30% reduction in suicide.
Sir, I'm a retarded enlisted guy. Can you do the math for me on that? Like, what percentage is that?
I'm percentage related.
So it's 10 and a half times greater. Okay.
There have been 284 less veteran suicide deaths in the Veteran Crisis Line population.
Roger that. Okay. I have limited time. I got you. I want all this on paper. Did you think that Zoom school online learning during the COVID buffoonery was optimal? Do you think the educational outcomes for children that did Zoom school, think they're on par with their colleagues that went to in-person school?
That's not an area I've studied, sir.
The answer is hell no. Is it more important that a veteran doesn't commit suicide or that your staff gets to work from home?
It's most important that a veteran doesn't commit suicide.
Okay. So if we are paying you to find social scientist people that can have no contact with a human veteran ever, and they're sitting on their couch, how do you know they're working? How do you know that?
We have indications of their productivity. We have indications.
Sir, their productivity is a 10 and a half times higher veteran suicide rate than someone that doesn't talk to them.
I'd also say that their productivity is 284 saved lives.
That's fantastic, but that is a horrible, horrible way to justify this, doctor. If 10 and a half times more veterans commit suicide that talk to you that don't, couldn't we reasonably say that more veterans would not commit suicide if you didn't exist?
What we can reasonably say is
you're literally sitting next to Dr. Watson. So if we could do a little Sherlock Holmesy stuff here, deductive reasoning, the answer appears to be yes. So well, you can disagree all you want, doctor.
Thank you.
You can. But what I'm telling you is this is not working. You actually may be contributing to the problem. With that, I yield back.
I think we have data.
Listen, they're violating our privacy. They're releasing our information. They're red flagging us for our complaints of their poor behavior, wrongdoing, and abuse. It needs to end. The VHA is lying to us. They're the problem, and they don't even understand veterans. You even listen to this hearing where they talk about these people's training, and combat veteran is never one of the categories that they get trained on. Stay away from these people. They're a threat to your safety, and I hate to say it.